Hey y'all, welcome back to Keep Living Podcast, Season 1, Episode 5. I am your host, Merlene. If you're new here, welcome. This episode, I have the honor and the pleasure of having my first guest, who happens to be my cousin, y'all. My cousin, y'all. I would like to welcome Diane to the show.
Hey y'all!
Hey, Diane.
Hey cuz, I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for joining me tonight. I am
Thank you for
so
having me.
excited.
It's a long time, girl. It's been a long time
It's been a
coming.
long time, and we are finally here.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
I am excited that myself and the viewers get the opportunity to learn a little bit about you tonight. I also wanted to tell you how much I appreciate you and thank you for being a beautiful person inside and out.
Girl, thank you, cousin. Girl, it's in the bloodline.
It's
Thank
in the
you, cuz.
bloodline. So now I'll stop talking and I'll give you the floor to introduce yourself to the people. Yes.
Hey everyone. Good evening. My name is Diane and I don't know, what should I tell the people, girl? So I am a mom, a wife, uh career-wise, I'm a licensed clinical social worker living here in Florida. Um I've been doing social work for a long time, over 10 plus years. Very family oriented. I have three beautiful kids, one girl, two boys. And I'm just really excited to have the opportunity to talk to you guys about my journey and just being able to speak on my cousin's platform.
Thank you. And I'm so glad you were able to join us tonight. So I guess we can go ahead and dive right in, right?
Yeah, girl, let's just get started. Let's get
Let's
to
get
it.
started. Let's get this thing started. So, I learned a little bit about your testimony years ago, and recently we connected, and you shared what you had to go through to recover from your traumatic experiences. Can you share a testimony on your journey to motherhood, or just your testimony in general?
Yeah, so everything kind of started when I moved to Winter Haven, and I was going to get myself established like with a OBGYN. Um, I'm in my 30s at this time, 29, maybe 29 years old at this time. I've never had an OBGYN, so I literally just went to get myself established to go see a doctor. And at this time, at my appointment, doctor tells me that I have fibroids. And he tells me that I have a 3% chance of getting pregnant. And at this appointment, yeah, at this appointment, I literally just went to get myself established to get a doctor. So I was not even anticipating to get any of this news. So he tells me I have a 3% chance of getting pregnant because of the location of the fibroids. So he said that, we have three options. He said that we can leave everything the way that it is, just let nature take its course. He said that we can remove the fibroids. And then the last option he says that we can go ahead and refer you to an infertility specialist.
Okay.
So those were the three options that he gave me. And as you can imagine, I was just very devastated.
Yeah.
This is a doctor, this is a professional,
Yeah.
and 3%, child, I
Girl,
just
you
felt
see my
like,
face.
I
Wow.
just kind of sat with that, Milan, and I just felt like, damn, I'm not going to be able to have no kids, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I was very, very, very low. I honestly, I was depressed. I was depressed. After I left his appointment, I was very, very devastated. And I called my cousin, Kinson's cousin. She's my family. That's my cousin. I called her and she prayed for me, Milan.
Wow.
She prayed for me. And it's crazy because I remember when Maz had prayed for me years ago. And this is when I was in college. And she prayed for my womb. I never questioned it at the time that she prayed for my womb, but I remembered that prayer when the doctor told me I had a 3% chance of getting pregnant. She was the first person I thought about to call. Long story short, all along, Milan, I was pregnant. Even when I went to the doctor's office, I was already with child. Yes, girl.
Girl, you
I,
left that part out.
Milan, when I went to the appointment, I was already pregnant. When
My
I,
God.
started, just not feeling good, I'm like, let me just take a pregnancy test. Girl, when I went back to the doctor, they told me I was 7 weeks pregnant.
Diane. So
Yes,
first the
girl.
doctor told you had a 3% chance of getting pregnant. What was the timeline between the two visits? Between hearing 3% chance and then now to be 7 weeks pregnant. What was the timeline?
The timeline was at least 2 weeks,
Wow.
maybe
You
two
was
weeks.
already pregnant at the first visit.
Yes,
My
I
God.
was already pregnant at the first visit.
Wow.
Yes, girl.
So so I guess so that whole experience kind of like opened up room for doubt. You started questioning things. So I guess tell me a little bit more after that 7 week news. What happened next?
Girl, I'm so happy, girl. What you mean? Girl, I'm pregnant at this time, girl. Milan, I just felt
Yes.
like God answered just like all of my prayers because I always wanted to be a mom.
Wow.
And just, that news of 3%, I just felt defeated. And finding out that I was pregnant, man, I was on cloud heaven, girl. I was on cloud nine. I was just so
Wow.
happy. Pregnancy was great, except for the morning sickness in the beginning, first trimester. But girl, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was just so happy.
Wow.
Had a name for Eden, like watching a show, pick the name and just the meaning behind it. And I was just so happy, girl. Just
Wow.
so excited.
So was delivery good? So what happened next? Like what was the
Okay.
journey like?
Pregnancy journey was good. Delivery, that's where it became like heavy. Um, and where my whole testimony and everything came from,
Yeah.
like maybe what you saw online that I had posted.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm in the delivery room, and actually, no, before I get to the delivery room, the doctor gave me the epidural at the bedside.
Okay.
I'm a first time mom. I
Yeah.
don't know what's normal, what's not normal, but I got the medication in the room. And then after getting the medication, I went into the operating room.
Okay.
Immediately, when I get into the operating room, I just become unresponsive.
Wow.
Like, I just remember hearing the doctor say, like, at this point I'm in the delivery room. I'm already on the table. They already have me on the table, like getting ready, because I'm having a C-section. I should say that. I'm having a C-section.
Yeah.
So I'm on the table. I'm getting ready to, have the operation for them to cut me. And then I hear the doctor say, like, we have to get the baby out now.
Wow.
Um, because apparently they was trying to talk to me and I wasn't responding.
Okay, so you
So
was not responsive, but you can hear them.
I can hear them. I
You
can hear
couldn't.
them.
You can.
I can. I
Can.
can hear them, but they can't hear me. They asking me questions and I can't respond.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember they put something in my mouth, like I don't know what was happening in my mouth. I don't know. My arm started like flailing, like my arm started moving around. And then I remember them putting something in my mouth, and I just remember hearing the doctor say, "We got to get the baby out now." And I remember seeing the panic,
Yeah.
like in everybody's eyes, like everybody who was in the room. Because,
Okay.
it's doctors in the room, it's nurses in the room. I just remember seeing everybody Panic.
Were you panicking also? Was your heart racing? Like what the heck is going on? Like how were you
Yes.
feeling at that moment?
Scared.
Scared. Okay.
Very, very scared.
Of course. Yeah.
Very scared. To be honest, I felt like since they couldn't hear me, but I could hear them,
Yeah.
they probably thought that I was like dead or that I was going to die and I was going to be buried alive. Like, this is where my mind is
Wow.
going because they talking to me, they can't hear me, but I can hear them and I want to talk, but I can't speak. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so I felt very, very, very scared. And I just remember going in and out. Like I was going in and out. But honestly, it felt like a battle. Like it felt like I was like trying my best to stay awake
Yeah.
because I felt like if I fell asleep, I wasn't gonna wake up.
My God.
I felt like if I drifted off to sleep, that was gonna be it.
That was it.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was trying my best to stay awake. But it wasn't me who was keeping me awake. I know it was God.
My
Like,
God.
that verse that says, when you are weak, I am strong. I
Yeah.
was very tired, very weak. And I felt like in my body, I just wanted to let go. But I knew if I let go, I wasn't going to wake up. That's how I felt.
Woo.
If I let go, I was not going to wake up. But God,
But
but
God.
God, but God. Um, Milan, it was something that I will never forget because what ended up happening is it was like a fresh wind, like God just breathed on me, like I woke up just
Life.
like that.
The breath of
And
life.
that's literally when I say it felt like something out of a TV, like a movie, when you just see people like like that, like I
Wow.
woke up. But like just like you and I are talking here today, clear voice, go back and don't forget what happened here today.
My God.
That was the voice of the Lord. That's what I heard, Milan. Go back and don't forget what happened here today. Milan, I got up. See, the people probably thought I was crazy because the only thing I could keep saying was like, oh my gosh, Jesus is real. Jesus is real.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like that's all I kept saying over and over and over again. They did take Eden out.
Yeah.
And because of what just happened, they didn't let me hold her. So they
Yeah.
just put, I just could only put my little finger, next to her little
Yeah.
finger, her little hand. They put her to my chest. But they rushed me to the emergency room
Yeah.
in another hospital just to make sure that I was okay. Um, Girl, so that's what happened. That's what happened.
So I guess quick question for you. Was the doctors able to tell you, what possibly happened or
They
no
said
one
I
knew?
had a seizure, girl. I don't believe I had a seizure.
That don't sound like no seizure.
Let me tell you, because I talked to other doctors when I worked in a hospital, so I'm picking people's brains. I'm trying to understand. People
Yeah.
say when you have a seizure, the doctors they say you don't know what's happening, you don't know what's going on, and the fact that you was aware and you were alert, you could see, you could hear everything. That doesn't sound like a seizure,
So there
but
was
that was the diagnosis. They diagnosed it as a seizure.
no histories of seizures or
I ain't got
anything.
no
It
history
just
of no
so we
seizures.
they pulled seizures out of the okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
The
moving right along.
diagnosis was a seizure, girl. So I went to the emergency room. I saw the neurologist. The neurologist had to clear me before I can go back to the main hospital where I had Eden.
Mhm.
And he asked me all the questions. Um, Date, time, year, do you know where you are? All of these things, like, just to make sure that I'm
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
And I answered everything appropriately. But after 9 hours, that's when I was able to go back to the main hospital to go see Eden. nine
Yeah.
hours.
My God.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes.
But I
Um,
guess after experiencing that and them transferring you to the other hospital, you felt like Diane. You felt normal, right?
Girl, I felt normal the whole time. I never did not feel like Diane. I felt after the fresh wind, the breath, I was back to myself. I
Your
can
normal self.
speak. I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
speak.
yeah.
But before not being able to speak, I'm still aware. I'm with it. I know what's going on. I can see and hear everything. At one point, they even talked about intubating me, like putting a tube down me. I
Wow.
don't know. But I remember hearing one of the doctors say that we might have to intubate her. But I was always aware. They just could not hear me. And I just felt, very weak and just felt very fatigued and just felt like letting go. I was like in and out.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like in and out. But they, the whole time they was working and, doing the surgery and they took
yeah.
Eden out.
Whew, girl.
Yes.
Oh my God, what a testimony. So what happens next? Like how was it, I guess, after coming back and encountering Eden and getting to hold her? What happened then?
Girl, it was incredible.
Your face
It
just
was
lightened up.
it was incredible. I was just, man, just so happy just to see her little self, her little self.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Let me go back a little bit because I don't want to miss this point because
Okay.
Eden's birth was such a significant. It was such an important day.
Yeah.
Um, because she was born, right? But for me, it was also like a rebirth
Yes.
because
My
the
God.
whole time while I was going through that whole experience, all I wanted was for Eden to live. And I remember, speaking to God, like, it's okay if I die today. I was as scared as I was ready to die so that Eden could live. Like, if it had to be a choice between the both of us, I'm just like, God, please let Eden live. It's okay. It's okay. Just please let Eden live. And he had plans for both of us to live.
Yeah.
So when I say her birth is so important, it was also a rebirth for me because he said, I'm not done with you. I'm not done with you yet. Like he still had plans for me. So yeah, that's what happened. I know not a lot of people get to have that kind of encounter,
Yeah.
but I believe
You got a purpose, girl.
I believe in God. I believe that He kept me. I
Yeah.
believe that I am still here because of God.
Mhm.
Eden was born, no problems, healthy, strong because of God. And you can't tell me different. You cannot tell me different because nobody knows where I was at, what was happening. It was just an experience that I'll never forget.
Wow. You are needed here, girl. That was
Girl.
that was so powerful. Thank you for sharing that.
Girl, thank you for allowing me to share. It was scary. It was very scary. But God is good. He is very much so alive, and He is still in this business of healing lives, and
Yep.
He's a miracle worker.
So after this whole experience, you did tell me that you went to therapy and it was EMDR therapy. Is that what it was?
Yes, girl. EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Okay, so EMDR it is a psychotherapy technique that helps you reprocess like traumatic events and like distressing experiences.
Oh,
So pretty much, I saw a therapist and um, they can either like tap your knee or like you can follow their hand. It's not hypnosis. You are literally reliving an event, a distressing event or traumatic event. So it was so good for me because I was able to go through everything that happened and we kind of just worked through that whole experience over again. Um, it helped me a lot. I promise you, because after I had Eden, I didn't even know if I wanted to have any more kids.
Wow.
So my doctor, my OB, he is the one who recommended it. And I love him so much. I love him so much. He delivered all three of my kids. After I had Eden, he told me, you know how they have the little scooch thing in the office, that little circle stool? You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Girl,
Mhm.
he scooched it up to me and he said, Diane, like you went through a lot. Something like that. And then he was just like, I really think that you should do therapy. And I appreciate him for that, because it's not like he just treat me like, okay, have the baby, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Every time, like when I went to a follow-up appointment after I had Eden, they do the post-op appointment. I think it was like 6 weeks after. I literally was back in the OR because I was on the table in the room,
Hmm.
at the office, and I worked in the hospital too. So every time somebody coded or became unresponsive, whatever, and I would hear the code, I'm back in the OR. Like that's
Wow.
where I immediately go. So
Relive.
I'm
Relive.
reliving it. Like it was like a trigger. So I told him all of these things, and he said, I think you really should do therapy. So
Wow.
I'm thankful to him, for him to talking to me and telling me that. And Lily Parrish and Winter Haven, I love you. She was my first therapist ever. I've never done any therapy in my life. So I recommend it. I wholeheartedly believe in therapy. And because of her, I feel like she changed the trajectory of my life. I didn't think I was going to have any more kids, Chad. I,
Wow.
I didn't. And here I am.
So
I got three.
so therapy and then 2 kids later.
Girl, therapy, and then I got them fibroids removed, child. I got the fibroids removed, and then I had Gustavo, and then I went ahead and had Edward.
Look at God.
Girl, he working. Them 3%, I guess, is for the three kids, girl. One for the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. All three.
Oh
Girl.
my God. Wow.
Yes.
Girl, you definitely blessed me tonight. And I know someone out there is going to be blessed because
I
I'm
hope
sure
so.
someone may be going through the same thing.
I hope
Um,
so.
I guess, so what advice can you share with those who would like to seek EMDR therapy?
To seek EMDR therapy.
Yeah.
Um, I can speak from my experience, and a lot of people may have experienced trauma or um, have witnessed or gone through something very, very painful or traumatic.
Hmm.
I would recommend therapy. Um, and even EMDR is something that the therapist would probably recommend to you, depending on the situation of whatever happened. So, I would say be open, talk to your therapist, let them know what's going on, because if you don't let them know, there's no way that they're going to know to be able to help you. Or they're not going to know what technique or what modality to use if you don't let them know what's going on with you.
Yeah.
So, based on why I went, that's when she recommended, this is what I think we should do. And we did EMDR. So I continue to see her, and I honestly feel like it was very helpful. It was very helpful and beneficial.
Okay. Thank
Because I
you.
was scared. I didn't want to have no kids after eating.
I know.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I feel like because of therapy, I was able to work through those things.
Yeah. Wow. Whew. Girl, I don't know. God is amazing. That's all I can say. He
Yes,
is amazing.
yes, Mila. God is
Um,
so good.
I'm just thankful that you're here with us today and you're
Me
you're able
too,
to share
girl.
this. You're able to
Me
share.
too. I know I was gonna see the. I know I was gonna see Eden. I didn't think I was gonna live. I thought I was gonna die. I'm here with a smile on my face, but child, if I could insert a picture of how I look, terrible.
So from that experience to therapy, what's next for Diane?
Girl, my cousin, y'all, let me tell you, I love her so much. Girl, I'm gonna come out with my own podcast. I've been thinking about this thing for so long.
You
it because
you got to. You
I'm doing
got
it
to.
because so I told you guys that I'm a social worker, excuse me. And I currently work with people who have mental health and substance use disorders. I'm very passionate about what I do. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that more on my podcast, mental health. Um, Especially like I feel like we're talking about it more, but in our culture, um, it's and I do have a lot of Haitian members too. It's
Hmm.
almost like everything is more spiritual, or
Yeah.
they don't really recognize
Yeah.
mental health.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. It's not real. Um,
Ooh, that's
so I
definitely more.
really do want to talk about it more and,
Yeah.
have my own podcast. And girl, it's honestly been a long time coming, Milan. And I thank you because I feel like you have given me the push that I needed. So thank you, cuz.
You got a second chance, right? What
Girl.
what are you doing with that chance? So you gotta get out there. We need to hear it because I know as far as because you mentioned about Haitians not being in tune of knowing that there's mental health and all that stuff, but and everything is spiritual. I would love to hear different views of things because
Mhm.
I'm already in the same boat where everything is spiritual to me. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't
Child,
wait to
not
tune
everybody
in.
put something on your child. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get over that. We got to get past that. Like,
Yeah, I cannot wait. I
that's
cannot
what it
wait to
always
tune
is.
in.
That's what they always say. Yo me son bay sou pitit la.
Do you have a name picked out yet for the podcast?
Girl, E&E Excel Express.
Okay. Well, you guys are first to hear
Excel
it.
and Express.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here first. Well, Diane, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to share your story. Many of us are thankful for people like you who are not afraid to share, encourage, and inspire. You are truly God sent.
Thank you. If it helped one person, I'm just happy.
All right. So I have a little treat. So this is what I'm gonna start doing when I have guests on. So at the end of the show, I squeeze in point of view questions just to get my guest thoughts on trendy topics and issues of today. So
Okay.
Diane, you're up. I'm going to ask you these two questions, just two questions. I
Okay.
might have more next time.
Okay.
So the first question is, do you think it is important to allow family members to have a say so in your marital affairs, or should it stay private, and why?
Okay. A say so, I don't know. Like a say so. But I do think it's important to seek counsel, seek advice from people who are married and not married. Um, I don't think that it's bad to talk to your family about what's going on, but I think you better be mindful of what family member it is because they are going to hold on to it. Like your parents or your siblings, they're going to remember it. They're going to remember it. So I don't know, maybe a cousin or something like that, something a little bit more distant, not immediate, because they're not going to forget it. They're not going to forget it.
Okay.
And it might be helpful to the marriage.
Okay.
Maybe don't tell your mom and your dad.
Okay. So you don't oppose from getting counseling to help,
No, I'm not opposed.
even if it's family members, counseling from family members.
Yeah, I think that is fine. I just think that you got to be mindful of the family member. You're not gonna tell your business to somebody who's gonna talk to everybody.
Discernment.
Yeah, use your discernment, child.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And then the last one is, do you think self-care is one of life's priorities, like nails, hair, or going on a solo date? Um, what does self-care means to you?
I do think it's one of life's priorities, and I feel like I am doing more self care now. And I feel like you get lost in all of the hoods of life,
Yeah.
motherhood, parenthood, wifehood. And I feel like it is important to pour back into yourself. And you hear it all the time, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So I think self-care is one of the priorities of life. Absolutely. Very important.
Okay. I love
Very important. Don't get lost. We need you.
Yeah.
Pour back into you.
All right. Well, so we're all for self-care. Okay, so that concludes the two questions, and that concludes our interview. There you guys have it. Diane, you guys. I enjoyed it so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And
Thank
the
you for
title
having
of
me today.
tonight's episode is Trauma Can't Hold Me Down with Diane. You hear me?
It can't hold me down. It can't hold you down. Do the work. Do the work.
Yep. And
What don't
Diane,
kill you makes you stronger.
I agree. And Diane, I guess closing remarks. Again, we're going to be looking forward to that podcast. Okay. What's the title again?
E&E girl, exhale and express.
All right, you guys hear it. Well, thank you guys for watching tonight's episode. Keep Living Podcast. All
All
love.
love.
Thank you guys. Catch you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.